O Lord Odysseus, you have come at great need, if you mean to loosen this struggle and not bind it tighter.
Men, what has happened here? From far off, I heard the brave Atreides shouting over this brave corpse.
And we, Lord Odysseus, have just heard outrageous talk from this man.
How outrageous. I understand a man who meets insults with anger.
Yes, he has listened to insults because he has acted against them.
Indeed. What harm has he done to you?
He says he will not leave this corpse without his portion of earth. He will bury him in defiance of me.
Can a friend speak the truth and still pull his oar beside you?
Speak. I would be foolish not to listen to my chief friend of all the Greek host.
Hear me then, before the gods. Do not dare cast this man out, unburied, so callously. Never let violence drive you so far in your hate that you tread on justice. I too found him hateful once, more than any other man, after I won the armor of Achilles, but thought he held his enmity. I would not repay him now with dishonor, or deny that in his eyes. He was the greatest of all, who came to Troy, second only to Achilles. If you dishonor him, there can only be no justice in it. You will not harm him. You will not harm the laws of the gods. To strike a brave man when he is dead can never be just, no matter how much you hate him.
Odysseus, you are fighting for him against me.
Yes, though when honor demanded, I hated him.
Does honor not tell you to trample him now that he's dead?
Do not glory, son of Atreides, in such ill-gotten advantage.
A ruler does not always find it easy to be pious.
But it's not hard to honor a friend's good advice.
A good man should yield to authority.
Enough of that. You can prevail by giving way to your friends.
Remember who you are asking for this favor.
My enemy, it's true. Yet once he was noble.
And you mean to show respect to an enemy corpse?
Yes, I am moved more by his greatness than by my enmity.
I distrust such unstable natures.
I assure you, most men are that way. Now friendly, now hostile.
And are these the sort of friends you would praise?
I would not praise an obsolete mind.
You will make us look like cowards.
Not cowards, but men of justice, so all the Greeks will call you.
I must let them bury the body. Is that what you say?
It is. I will face the same needs someday.
It's all one, then, and each man works for himself.
There is reason in that. Who else should I work for?
Well then, let it be your decision, not mine.
Either way, you will do what is right.
If you ask for a much greater favor, I would grant it. Be sure of that. As for him, he is hateful to me, whether he lies on earth or under it. Do what's necessary with the body.
There's wisdom in you, Odysseus. Anyone who denies it is a fool.
Now let me say to Tekeros, that as much I was his enemy before, I will be his friend from this day on. If you will, I would like to share with you in the work of the rites of burial, leaving out nothing that a mortal man can do for the best of his men.
You're a noble man, Odysseus. I praise you for all that you said. How greatly I misjudged you. The man he most hated was the man of all the Greeks who stood by him, and would not endure while he lived to see outrage done to the dead. To leave him unburied, defiled, as those two, the thundering general and his blood brother, wanted. For that may the Father who rules Olympos, the remembering Furies, and all-fulfilling justice bring them to as vile as an end they wished for him. But son of Laertes, I cannot let you touch his body for fear of offending the dead. You may take part in the rest, if you bring the others from the army to honor him. That will be well. I must work now. What you have done to a noble, I will not forget.
I wish to help, but with all respect for your thoughts, I will leave.
Come, too much time has passed already. We must dig the grave, set the tall tripod up, and the cauldron ringed with fire from the sacred bath. Bring his arms from the tent and trophy, covered by the great shield. I need your love and small strength, child. Help me to lift your father. Gently, the black life force is still flowing out of his warm veins. Come, you who called him friend, and work for this man's sake, who is noble in all that he did. For while Ajax lived, I say there was no better man in the world.
Mortals know what their eyes can see, but of what will become of time there is no seeing, no knowing what the end will be.